Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whenever you are. Welcome to the community live stream. My name is Chuck Tomasi. I am still wearing my bow tie, although it seems a little crooked this morning. There we go. I'm from ServiceNow, and I'm here to show you some of the questions, the issues, the comments people come up with in the community and give you the thought process beyond the answer, the journey of discovery, where we're going and what we're doing and how we got there so that you can take that back to your job and be a more effective ServiceNow administrator and developer. How's that for a pitch line? Thought so. Good morning to who's on the line? Ragapal, and how he got there was going to YouTube and subscribing and turning on notifications so that you get the cool little notifications like that on Twitch and YouTube. If you subscribe to the channel and you turn on notifications, you will know exactly when I start this, or set your calendar to 1 p.m. UTC. I'm usually pretty prompt. I try to be down to a few seconds. Sometimes there's technical issues here or there. Looks like we're having technical issues here. We've got some spooling going on the YouTube monitor. Let's do a quick refresh of that screen, see what happens. We can clear that up. Yes, much better. Good morning, Wybach, or Kobe. Now that I know your secret handle. Carol R. is on the line. Everybody's jumping in, joining in. Welcome. Let's get started. As I mentioned, we can find this on YouTube. We can also find this on Twitch. Give a shout out like these people are. Rupam, good to see you again. I look forward to hanging out with you for the next hour. So if you find something in this video that's helpful, entertaining, useful to you in some way, please don't forget to hit the like button so that others know that it's there. If you're watching this on the community later, click the helpful link and let other people in the community know. I do post all these videos back to the community. I embed them there with links to the articles that we actually see, with a link to the GitHub repo so that you can go find the scripts that we may or may not write. I'll give you a link to that in just a little bit if you want to find that out on your own. Let's see. My cursor's in the way here. Yuvaraj asks, can you show us ITOM? I know some ITOM elements, but I'm not an ITOM expert. My expertise is in the platform, in custom applications and integrations mostly. So that's where I specialize. There's just got to be so much stuff. I did some discovery implementations years ago when I first started ServiceNow, and did a little bit of service mapping training in 2014 right after the acquisition of Nebula, when we got service mapping on board, but really haven't touched any of that stuff recently. The exception to that would be using a mid server, which we will be covering in our January 29th topic of Tech Now. So I invite you to keep an eye out for that. I will have the invite and the info show there. So apologies, can't do much for you on this show other than explain some concepts and discuss how you go about. ITOM is a pretty broad topic. It's a bit like saying, can you cover ITSM? So be aware of that. There's discovery, there's event management, there's service mapping. There's lots of pieces that go into IT operations management. So Steve, good morning to you. Let's see. Today you go up on the big screen 50-inch. I'm huge. No, here, let's do this. I'm huge. All right, that was fun. Just had to do that for you. John, good to talk to you too. We're just going to have fun for the next hour. So let's continue on with the pre-roll. I mentioned Twitch. If you've got something more than the snappy comments people are doing, if you've got a question or comment about ServiceNow, please post that into the community at community.servicenow.com. I give it the obligatory bell. There we are. I thought of something. The bell on podcasts is typically used to denote a website, and I've been ringing it every time we finish something. I have a sound effect that I added a couple of weeks ago that I thought would be more appropriate for the community when we answer a question, and that is that one. I like that. That's also my text message tone when I get a text on my phone. So we are switching to the Mario coin. Let's see if I can remember to do that as we go through the show. All right. This should be fun. We also have, let's see, community, mentioned that. Go over there, post your show, post a question once, put it in the right subforum, use details, give us the business use case, the requirement that's behind the technical discussion, and you will have a better chance of success getting your answer. All right, that's that on the community. Skip over a couple other slides and go to developer site. And if I did this right, woohoo, got my hotkeys down on the other keyboard. The developer site, developer portal is over at developer.servicenow.com. You can get a free personal developer instance running any one of the latest 3 releases, Jakarta, Kingston, or London. You can get free learning plans. You can get all the scripting APIs. You can also get information about meetups, which are also more detailed, available over at meetup.com/pro/ServiceNow dev program. We are still sitting at 13,400 members. Wait, maybe I didn't do a screen refresh from yesterday. Ooh, let's find out. We got 65 more members in the last 24 hours. That's pretty nice. Keep joining, keep going. This is your community developers. This is where like-minded people get together to discuss development concepts and practices and projects that they've done on the ServiceNow platform. I really enjoy going to these things. I wish I could go to every single one, but that's just not practical since some of you have 3 meetups on the same day. It's hard to get to Minneapolis, to Stockholm, to, San Diego in the same day. Doesn't work. But we've got upcoming meetings for Las Vegas. We've got Salt Lake City, San Antonio, Oklahoma City. A lot of stuff coming up in December and January. I encourage you to keep an eye on this. I did do a refresh on that screen. Yes, I did. Okay. So we have up-to-date information. Keep an eye on that. If there isn't one in your area, reach out to us. We'd love to help you get one started. And there may be one in your area that's already started that just needs leadership. So reach out to us if you're interested in doing some of this stuff. Chuck, is there a deadline for CreatorCon entries? Wow, great segue, because that's where I'm going next. First, I got to mention that we have, let's see, I put away the titles. Oops, Shift F, not Command F. What did I do? Okay, sorry, got the wrong keys. And to let you know that Knowledge, the big conference, the one and only, the big kahuna, is coming up in May 5th through 9th in Las Vegas again. Same place we were last year. If you were there last year, you'll know your way around the conference. You'll know your way around the Venetian. You'll know your way around the Palazzo or any other hotel where you were staying. You can get back there. It's easy. You've already justified it once. You can do it again. If you haven't been there, let us know. There is information I can share that will help you get the most value out of going to Knowledge. It has hands-on labs. You are going to get a whole bunch of information. There's pre-conference training on Sunday and Monday. And then the conference starts Monday night. And Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is jam-packed with content. Whether you are looking for information on the latest release of ServiceNow and want to get your hands dirty with Virtual Agent and convince your organization that's what we need to implement in 2019, that's what you can do. Madrid will be out in March. So we'll have Madrid instances available at Knowledge in May. Definitely have that. Awesome networking opportunity. I always tell people when you go to a conference, sit at a table apart from your coworkers. You will get maximum networking opportunity and maximum value from talking to other people who are doing projects similar to yours or different than yours and finding out, is that something you should be implementing or thinking about implementing. Get those connections made, and then you can get more stuff done at work, because you can call up that person at customer X or customer Y and go, hey, remember we met at Knowledge and you were thinking about doing X? Did you ever get on with that? It's a community in real life is really what it is. We're doing just what we're doing here. We just got the okay to go to K19. Woohoo! Steve, see you there. So we'll be in Vegas again. I have a bit of a time capsule that I planted at the conference hall. I'm going to see if it's still there when we get to Knowledge. It's in a very unsuspicious place. So if it's there, remind me. Say, hey, Chuck, what about that time capsule? I do have a reminder to-do list to go there. Good morning, Christopher. Good to see you. I need to get back to, the next page. That's right. The call for papers has been extended. It is now Friday, December 14th. If you are watching this video after that point, sorry. Call for papers, call for speakers has been closed. Go to the link there and register. I have done this like 8 times and I need to do another 3 times. I got all my builder workshops entered for you really just need the description, the synopsis, I think it's the business problem it solves, or real quick text boxes and a bunch of check boxes about what you plan to use. Are you talking about Virtual Agent? Are you talking about workflow? Are you talking about security? Are you talking about ITSM? What pieces of the platform are you going to be talking about, so that we can categorize it and keyword it and organize it? And then who is it for? Very easy form to fill out. if you want a shot at that. Tell your story. We are looking for, what did Jason tell me yesterday? If you're interested in speaking at CreatorCon, we are looking for more stories around rats. He said, we've got enough on Flow Designer and Integration Hub, but other areas, other parts of the platform would be very intriguing, particularly your use cases of custom applications that you've built. There's also spots for the CreatorCon Developer Theater. Those are the 3 I have to submit in the next day, because Thursday I'm going to be in Santa Clara. No show here on Thursday, December, what would that be? 14th? Yes, 14th, 13th. 13th. Well, tomorrow's the 13th. Okay, no show tomorrow. Got to remember that. So going to Santa Clara, we've got an all-hands meeting, and then I'll be back Thursday night. So see you Friday if Thursday doesn't wear me out too much. So December 14th, get your call for papers in there. I'm giving you some hints where you can think about it. But obviously, if you've got a story you want to tell, this is how my ServiceNow career really got a good boost, is submitting something to a knowledge conference. Mine was actually the Innovation of the Year Award back in 2010. I don't think they had customer speaking spots. If they did, I missed it. There wasn't a call for paper. Really would have loved to have gone to Knowledge 9. I was a fresh, brand new customer then, but we didn't, when I was a customer, we didn't quite see the value there yet. But that would have been a treat, just to kind of go back a little further in the knowledge history. But I feel very fortunate to have been to every single one. This will be my 10th knowledge this year, and I look forward to seeing you there. Have we beat that horse to death yet? That slide is done. No upcoming workshops. And let's put that subtitle away. Any scripts we write today will be available at that link you see on the bottom of the page in GitHub, where you can go, you can copy, you can paste, you can tweak, you can modify. If there are no scripts, this link will just take you to the top. If there are, I will put them in the show notes for the community post, for the YouTube description, about an hour or so after. Actually, no, I don't even think I have to wait that long anymore. As soon as I can, right after the video is done, I will get the topics, the links, everything all processed. So this is a full-scale production. Gone are the days where I just turn on the camera and talk. You get maximum value, so you can click through links, you can see what I did, you can contribute to the conversation, go, hey, you know what? Chuck forgot something. Go to the show, click the link, be part of the conversation. That's what this community is all about. Greatest community, greatest online community ever. Kobe says, have you seen my LinkedIn, Chuck? My story is way too crazy. I have not seen it yet. I will look for that. Appreciate it. Let's get started. That is the end of my slides. And wow, it's amazing how much there is to talk about before you even get to the community. So this is our community. Again, community.servicenow.com. If you're watching for the first time, thank you very much. Like many of the people that are live, you're a returning viewer, and I appreciate it greatly. We appreciate it greatly. All right. And if things weren't crazy enough, we started work on another video series. Oh, man. So it's going to be a little higher production value than what you see here. I have gotten one of 3 people asked for feedback on that Learn JavaScript series that I mentioned yesterday. I'm coming out with a new JavaScript series. The album art is going to look like, I think I got this. Yeah, like that. That's the Learn JavaScript. I've produced the first 4 in the series, and can get more done. With any luck, they'll get the first one rolled out today. It's going to start out real basic, so if you haven't done JavaScript, this is where you need to start. If you have done scripting before, watch them anyway. There may be some gaps that got filled in. I know my old adage, if you want to learn something, teach it. And I had a few learning experiences as well. That's strange. Oh, I know what I forgot. So I'm going to be sharing those as we go through that. So I'm very much looking forward to getting that down the runway and get going. Okay, lubricate the vocal cords. Let's get going. Do a refresh on this screen and see what is new by clicking unreplied. I like digging into the conversations nobody has dug into before. Could we apply the status contain resolve condition in inbound action update incident BP? Not sure what that's asking. Let's read on. Hello, team. We are facing the issue where any user reply on the same mail in subject line, please reopen, then close incident is being open. Incident should only be open only if the incident status is resolved. How can we stop the inbound action update for closed incident? It should be working only for resolved incident. Could we use the condition status contains resolve under when you'd have to do that? Let's see. Code us in here. We've got, if the table name is incident, we're going to add the current comments. Then we're going to take the lowercase. You need a second condition here. That's the catch. So the main piece of this, let's take this out. I'm going to reformat this a little bit better in an editor. Paste that in and add some tabs. This is Microsoft Visual Studio Code. I see a curly brace, so I'm going to kind of guesstimate where this needs to go. Hate it when tabs get turned into spaces and don't act like tabs. So this needs to go there, that needs to go there. I'm aligning these curly braces a little bit. So line 3, yeah, that's looking good. And Visual Studio has these nice vertical lines too that can really help. I think that goes like that. That goes like that. We're missing something here. There's no closing curly brace. Okay then. That's not all of the script. I didn't miss anything, did I? No, those are matched. This is not matched. That's not. Alrighty. Did I miss something in here? No, I didn't miss anything on my copy and paste. Let's go to, he mentioned this by name. I'm going to go to my personal developer instance, see how closely that matches. So it was inbound action, update incident BP. So log into my personal developer instance that I got for free over at developer.servicenow.com. There we are. A bell for a website mention. That's the natural order of things. I've been doing it wrong for the last year. I know, it's kind of hard to change. Inbound email action, not the ancient Roman spelling with a V in it. Inbound actions. Underneath system policy, email, inbound actions. They said this one is called update incident BP. So name is update incident. I'm just going to put percent in there. BP used to stand for best practice. And we had a series of things we would load on instances that we called best practices. Turns out that it was more of an accelerator and it didn't always reflect best practices. So we stopped provisioning best practice instances after a while. It lasted about 2-3 years. So if you see that, it does not mean British Petroleum. Just want to clear that out. So here is the script they have out of the box. Table name incident, gr current. No, this is not the same. Lowercase, please reopen. Do we have anything on the when to run? Well, if you put the condition on the when to run, it's not going to run and you won't get your comments into a closed incident. So there's 2 ways to do this that I see. One is put the conditions out here to say don't run if it's closed, in which case it will completely ignore the script and you won't get your comments into the issue. The other thing is if you do want it to run and you want the comments but you don't want it to reopen, then you need another condition here that says if this says please reopen in the subject and it's resolved, then it's going to do this incident reopen. Okay, are they calling incident reopen in here? No. This is like an old version. They're not using the right methods because there's nothing that specifically says if you use the script include incident reopen, it will look up what an open state is and where it should go. If it doesn't, then you're going to have to assume it's 2. So I am going to bada boom, bada bing, put that down there. Let's see if category is the last thing that it monkeys with. It does. No, they put in category. You also need a gr update in here somewhere or current data. Yeah, current. Interesting. This doesn't even use current for the current table name and then copies over current. Okay. So it needs a current.update in here. I was just thinking, is this like a before business rule or not? So what we really want is and state, what is it? Current.state, current.getValue, state equals whatever resolve, 6, if I remember right. Resolved is 6. Let's go check that out. Easy to check. syschoice.list. Table is incident. Element is state. And resolved is 6. How's that for a crummy old memory? Let's copy that out. Put that in. And reply. We reply by saying, I see 2 ways to do this. Your choice. If you add a condition to, let's see if we can spell this morning. Condition to the condition field that says state pipe is pipe resolved, then the script will only run when the state is resolved. If not, you will lose your comments from the email. You probably don't want that. The other way is to add a condition to the line that checks for please reopen, and add the check if it's in state 6, also known as resolved. Something like the below code. Note, this has not been tested. And is a little more complete than what they gave me. So paste in the Cody thing, pasty. Done. I like the colors. I wish I still had colors. I wish I still had colors. Fingers crossed. Oh, no colors yet. Okay. So that's my response. Big Mario coin for that one. I think that's more fun. I like the Mario coin. All right. Let us continue on. Server-side script. Always an intriguing title. Take a drink. We have a business rule called update child incident to update the state change and comment update. But if the state of the parent incident changes to canceled, the corresponding child incidents are getting changed to closed, not canceled. Please advise how to rectify this. Can you post the code? Yes, please share the code. Okay. The business rule needs to be running on the parent and checking for the canceled state. When it changes to canceled, it needs to do a lookup for all records that have the parent value of the sysid of the current record and change those records to canceled one by one. Something like this. Is he on incident? What table is he on? Update child incident. Incident doesn't have a canceled state. Since incident doesn't have a canceled state on a box, I'm going to use close skipped, which is 4 if I remember right. Thank goodness I still have my choice list here. Okay, I must have changed these because those are not this. Well, maybe it is. 8? When did we put in an 8? That doesn't feel right to me. Did I monkey with these? Let's see who the culprit is between updated by and update. Not updates. I don't care how many times it's been updated. Are my fingerprints all over this? This is my demo instance, so anything could be possible. No, that is, okay, it's an 8. When did we add canceled? It used to be close skipped. Okay, let's get to the scripty part. Again, I'm going to use my wonderful external editor. Let's save this to my live stream. Oh, not the Wirecast folder. Dadgummit. Can I move over? All right, you're going to make me do this the hard way. I want to save that before I forget about it. Now, community. ServiceNow live stream. New folder. It is 2018 12/12 already? Oh, my goodness. And the holidays are coming, and there's a lot of work left to do. Someone might be writing scripts and stuff over the weekend. Raise your hand if that's you. Inbound action.js. New script. Use template. Note this is untested. I should probably get that out because I use it here more than anywhere else. It's going to be something like function execute if it's in a business rule, and you're going to look for incident task. Now they said child incident, so let's look for incident where parent, and I think they pass in current and previous. This should be an after business rule. Is current dot get value sysid. So get all the records where the parent value is the same as the current record you're looking at. Okay, so you already know the state changed to cancel. So for each record, and I'm using this very generically, if I'd been writing my own script from scratch, that would have been something like incgr to show the data type, better variable name, rec.state equals 8, canceled. All right, save that, copy, paste, save that to close child, or cancel child incidents.js. Bring that back here. Why am I pasting URL? I hit the wrong icon. I want this to default to JavaScript really badly. Okay, paste that code in and reply. Mario coin. That's just more fun. I don't know about you. It's a little further stretch. I got to move the buttons around. Okay. I think it's time for a refresh. It's hour. Good morning. Hashtag get value. You are right, Steve. I'm really close to making t-shirts. ServiceNow, get value. Or maybe a Now platform or something like that. Get value. Let's go back to content item external link not working. Can't add studio to favorites. Oh. This is interesting. I ran across this yesterday. I'm running the latest version of London on my personal developer instance. Recently noticed I can't add studio to my favorites. This came up in Madrid and I jumped all over it. Okay. Yes, I did refresh my browser window. So I want to personally address this one. It wasn't my dev instance though. It was a different London instance. Let's take, before I do that, don't do that. Okay, just click and check. Okay, it's there, it works. If I remove it and then go to Studio under System Applications and add it, it's added. Okay, that's working. Let's first ask, since this is a brand new question, works for me after a refresh, what version? Check stats.do and see what version /patch of London you are using. I noticed this on my, which version is this? I think this one might be up to patch 3. Stats.do, let's take a screenshot of that to help this person understand where to type that. Patch that. And this is patch 3 on my London P3 instance. Okay. So here's what's happened. I have a workaround if we're dealing with the same issue. Okay, so what I want to know is in Madrid, they put in a sanitization so you can't put JavaScript : something in the URL of a module, which kind of bothers the script debugger and Studio. Developers are going to get a little nasty about that. I was told that was going to be fixed. I want to see if it's the same. So if I go to Studio here, I cannot add the favorite. So let's edit this and see, do we still have JavaScript : something in the link type? It says JavaScript blah, 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 which would indicate a problem. If I go back to, I have 2 ways to solve this. One, before we do anything, let's export this to XML just to save my data, save my records, save the world, save the cheerleader, all that stuff. Okay, you can do /$studio. Can I edit this? I'm in global. The Studio application cannot be edited. The installed application Studio is private. I can't change this? Let's see about that. Let's see about that. Copy URL. There's more than one way to edit a record. I usually take the dirty way. Let's go to, where's my scripts background? Scripts background was next. I usually shorten up these labels. And once again to the editor, I'm going to paste that because I want the table name sysapp module. And I want that sysID that I'm coming back for. Var mod gr equals new glide record. Paste table name. It's a multi-script day. Who would have thought that? Mod if mod gr.get. Get the sysID. Wow, scrolling on this thing is outstanding. Get rid of this. We don't need that anymore. If we can get that module by sysID, then we're going to do mod gr.url. Is it URL? What is it? Rats. Let's go back here. Module Studio. Sure, you won't let me. I think it's arguments. Query. Note that name. Okay, once again, labels are not the same as field names. And the field name query can get you into trouble because it's also the name of a glide record method. So there you go. Keep an eye on that. Where was I going? I was going here. Mod.query. In fact, I'm going to circumvent that by doing a set value query. Now I don't even have to worry, is it a method or not? I'm setting the value on that field. Is going to be $studio.do. Remember, I exported the XML, so I can always bring it back. modgr.update. Let's try that and see if we can get away with a dirty, illegal scripts background. Probably not. Oh, it did. It did. I thought the scope would get me in trouble. And it says studio.do. Let's refresh the browser. I just want to see if this works. Studio.do. And it comes up in this window. So here's what you got to do for that next part. Okay, that kind of blows. There is a window name down here. You can put any other window name in here that you like. So I'm going to modify that one more time and say, let's make sure that the field name is called window_name. It is modgr.window_name. This is option 1. Option 1, okay, equals, I think you can put in blank, but you could put in junk if you want. Okay, back to scripts background. And this is completely unsupported. If you do this, you will not get any further updates to this module. So keep your eyes open. You may want option 2. Did I run that? I didn't run that. Yeah, I did run that. Hit the bus. That. Studio. It launches, okay, in the correct window, and they added the sanitization to patch 3. Curses you, people. Now you have to go back and fix that, not in Madrid, but also in patch 3. That's a bad thing. People are going to raise an incident on high, just so it'll get turned into a PRB or added to a PRB, but we need visibility on this. I'm very disappointed at the lack of fixing this, but you can fix it this way. That's option 1. All right. Here's the stats.do. He's on patch 3. Okay. So I need to describe this. For whatever reason, we've added sanitization to the modules where JavaScript : is now verboten. That's about as dangerous as my German gets. And I'm not even sure that's right. If somebody on the chat knows the proper way to spell that, please help. As such, it restricts you from adding the JavaScript : anything to a module or favorites. This was introduced in the recent months. I saw it in an early Madrid release, and it seems to be in London P3 as well. Arrgh. Okay, option 1. Run this script, and you'll have yourself a modded, is that how you spell modded? Module. It's also going to impact the script debugger. Module 4 Studio. Okay, let's put in the script. Thank you. I don't know about you, but I'm having a blast. It's fun. Okay, option 2. Let's get on with option 2. Option 2 is I'm going to re-import that XML file. Import XML. Go out to my downloads folder and sort by date modified so that my module comes up at the top. Import that. Skipping record, permission denied. Oh, blast. Okay, well, option 2 is to go to, once you've, oh boy, can you even do this? Let's take this out. I'm going to start from where he is. sys UI bookmark.list. Okay. I'm going to try it first before I put down 2 options. Take an existing bookmark that belongs to you. Apparently I only have 1. Oh, because I'm logged in as Chuck. Okay. Take a recently updated bookmark that belongs to you. I need to scroll over to the, oh, it's not in here. There's the user. Okay, equals Chuck Tomasi. Take a recent, take 3. So why there's no editing. Take a recently added bookmark and open it up. Change the title. So I'm going to change this to Studio. Then modify the bookmark or the URL to $studio.do. Change the order. Let's make the order, I don't know, 15, so it shows up at the bottom. I'll know it's mine. Don't worry about the icon right now. We can always edit it once it's created. Be sure you do not hit save, do not hit update, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Use insert. Hit refresh. So so that you have a new one. There is Studio at the bottom, and it launches inside the window. So how do you fix that? I'll tell you. Let's do that exercise again. Go to the bookmarks list. Take a recent one that you've modified. I should just refer to this point in the video. Okay, take a recent one. Add. Okay, do the same thing. Studio, same process. Studio. It's going to look really familiar here. $studio.do. Now, if you're on a corporate instance, you may not have access to the SysUI bookmarks. Okay, update that. Oops, I forgot to put it at the end of the list. 15. Add, personalize your view, personalize your list layout, and add the window name. I'm going to add it somewhere less than 40 miles out. It'll be right after the user. Add the window name, whatever you like. Blank, Chuck, junk, crazy town, I don't know, I don't care. And now it will, oh, that's not what I expected. Interesting. This is how we learn, kids. Things don't run like they're supposed to. Bookmarks, UI, Chuck. Let's try this. Add it to a name called Chuck. Refresh the browser. We'll get there one way or another. Oh my. Why isn't that working? It should. I wonder if it's because... No, it's not because of the module. All right, option 1 seems to be a better plan. I already did this. I did this before on Madrid and it worked. That's what's baffling me. Chuck, I don't understand why the bookmarks would not be available on a corporate instance. For whatever reason, maybe it's yours, maybe it's mine. Our internal instance we call Surf is, I can't get to SysUI bookmarks. They've locked down the security that I don't know how you can create favorites without reading it. So check the security on yours. You have to be an admin. I think it's because I'm not an admin on Surf. So check that. Log in as like Able Tutor and see if you can get to them. They're not necessarily available. That is not where we want to launch this. So what's the issue? Can we go to Edit, Studio? There's nothing about the bookmark in here. SysUI bookmarks.list. That makes no sense. Come on, bring up my list of records. Fine, I'll do it this way. Oh, I gotta hit done. Oops. It was a window over a window. Don't see that too much. Appears you're editing the wrong record. Was I? Bookmarks, username, Chuck Tomasi. Oh! Christopher, you get a coin for that one. You are right. Let's find that. It's number 15. So down here on Studio, window name is going to be under blank. Thank you. One more time. See, I knew I did it once before. Okay. Now to spell that all out for the people at home. Option 2. Okay, I need a numbered list. Open SysUI bookmarks.list. Find one of your bookmarks that your favorites, excuse me, favorites that you've recently updated, created, where user is you. Okay, open that record, change the name to Studio. The URL, was it URL arguments? What do they call it here? URL. Okay, change the URL. $studio.do and window name, not on the form, but easily added here. No. We're not gonna do the window name yet. We'll add it to the list. And order to something high like 100. You can always reorder it once created. Okay. Insert. Don't save. Don't update. Big exclamation points. On the list, add window name. On the list, personalize the list. And add window name. Set the window name on your new studio record to under blank. Refresh your browser and go and try Studio. Well, that was fun. Also, submit a high ticket. A high ticket incident to indicate your displeasure with this situation. It needs to be fixed. Right? Who's in agreement? I think we can get a protest movement. If this were in France, we'd have the whole town in an uproar, pillaging and looting, and when people disapprove of something, they come out in force. Okay, enough of the tea for the morning. How's that? I think we got it. 2 options. Good to go. Whew. That was a long way to go for that Mario coin. Sometimes that happens in the game, right? Yeah, and if you don't believe me, let's also try Script Debugger. That one was already favorited, but if I try now, oh, that's nice. It lets you favorite. So System, Diagnostics, Script. What's the point? I put a star on it and it doesn't actually show up in my favorites. Go over here, refresh, go over here. And I don't have it. That's just nasty. Okay, I'm going to edit this because I like Studio at the top. I don't know about you. How did that get down there? I'm still in the right instance, right? And let's reorder this up to the top. That's not the top yet. For some reason, it doesn't like to auto scroll. I'm also going to change this one to just say scripts background. I like my labels shorter. I don't need to necessarily know what menu option they came from. So that was fun. How to raise a request to retire a group without mentioning the alternate group. This is a conversation that was started a couple days ago. I did not get a chance to get to it yesterday. But on Monday, we got a question, how to raise a request to retire a group without mentioning the alternate group. And I said, can you help me understand what's going on here? Group, an alternate group doesn't have, it's like, what are we talking about? Turns out that he said, I want to retire a group, which is a perfectly valid thing to do. Retire a group that exists on sysuser group. And I said, okay, so effectively you want to turn the active flag off on this. He said, yes. And I thought, well, is there more to it? I said, it sounds like you want to create a catalog item that has 2 fields, the retiring group and the new group. For all active tasks, they said, I also want to find out where that group was used and change the assignment. I said, okay, that's a bit more involved. We need a script to do that. So I had some questions. Do you want the new group to get any sort of notification? So as you change these assignments, you could be doing thousands of records. And I assume this is only on active tasks. We don't care about things that happened 6 years ago to the old group we're retiring. Fine, that's your thing. So let's take only current active tasks. And then I said, what about CIs? They have an assignment group. What about other records that have an assignment group that point to sysuser group? This gets a little more involved. What is it you're asking me for? Before you can finally set that retiring group to inactive. And I have not received a response yet, but it leads to that discussion of understand what the person is asking for. Okay, as you can see, this discussion at the top was not entirely clear about, it was clear in their mind what they're trying to do, but you got to do a little, and you'll see this with your customers as well, internal, external, wherever your customers, clients, users, employees may be. What is in their mind? You have to understand that as clearly at a technical level and at a process level as they do. I think I'm mentioning this about once a day. I should just have a banner across my forehead. Get your requirements. Understand what they want. Okay, so I'm a little sad that I haven't seen a response to this yet, so I'm going to keep that in the backlog in case we get a response to that. Then we can start writing out a script. How does that sound for a deal? Okay. Try typing navigator.do. This will get you the old menu. Let's try that. Let's go back to that London patch 3 instance. And you're saying instead of nav2.do, you're going to go to, what was it, $navigator? No, it's just navigator.do. When you say old, how old are we talking? Ah, okay. That's interesting. Wow. Oh, this is UI 14. This is interesting. It's just the UI 14 menu. So could you, I think it's still going to hit the sanitization thing. So script debugger. If I favorite that, toggle favorites. Not sure what that's going to do for me. Let's go back to just the main old nav page.do. Did that add? No. No, it's not on there. The sanitization is still in place because the script debugger has a JavaScript colon in there. So the sanitization is getting in the way. Those are the only two that I know of on the platform. There may be others in other plugins, other modules that I don't know where they came from. So, boy. Oh, I see what you're saying. Let's go back. You wanted me to go in here from the filter navigator. Navigator.do. Interesting layout, but if I try the script debugger, this filter doesn't work. But I happen to know that it's under System. This is a really long menu. I think it can be shortened up by going to Admin. I don't remember recalculating. System definition. System admin. Nope. Nope, it's not in there. Back to all. That was fun. Never played with it that way. It's still going to be the same process, though. If you try hitting a star on it, it's going to say, no, you can't add this as a bookmark. It is bad. I'm not going to let you do that because the sanitizer's in the way. All right, a few more minutes left. Let's see what we can get done. Good exploration, though. Love doing this stuff. Look around, play around, learn a little bit. Syntax error or access rule violation detected by database, unknown column, SC item option, dot value in field list. On PA, not a big PA person, so I'm not going to dig into that one. Password reset issue after upgrade to London. Hiding submit button on the portal based on category choice. That would be called a client script. I know I said enough of the tea already. It's getting cold. Catalog task short description for time zone. Do what now? Let's find out. I have a catalog item that has a catalog task, short description coded. Task priority is 30. Task priority approved. Seems like that's overwriting the same field, if I'm looking at this right. Task short description, disabled privilege accounts for EMEA domain, notification departure for blah, 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 current variable pool, blah, 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 name, last name, end date. When submitted, the contract end date is 4/40/13 with a request item of 4/40/13. Within associated catalog task, visible UI policy being set on task and request item, but we have 9/40/13 on C task short description instead of 4/40/13. My guess is that it's using default time zone UTC instead of logging it. So how do you get that fixed? You do that by adding get display value on that. So take this line, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that display value, okay, you get the local time by adding .get display value. something like this. Hope it's on variables. Pretty sure it was. Also, from your, you know what, let's put that into a little code box where it belongs. Dink, dink, code, JavaScript, paste. Okay. From your script above, task.priority is set twice. The second one wins. Check your code. Winky face. Yay. Fun, fun. Check the chat. Nothing happening there. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Don't forget, if you found something useful, something entertaining, something mildly informative, check that like button. Click that helpful link. Whatever it takes. Let's do another refresh and see where we are. Over to the water while we do that. Copy reference label name to another reference field. Is there a way to copy the label text from a reference field to another reference field by using a background script? I'm trying to set the reference in a new reference field based on the label text. Business unit, new business unit. I can't use this sys_id because of this. So, wait a minute, why? I'm trying to set the reference in a new reference field based on the text label from the old reference field. Why I'm trying to do this is because the fields are pointing to two different tables. Yes, you can do this. Okay, it's going to be, thank you for using a script in a scripty box. Let's go over to ye old text editor, and they want sys user, add query username test, da 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 da. New BU is new BU dot get display value, and then you do this old BU, oops, new reference field. Wait a minute. New reference field, old reference field. New BU is get display value. Old BU is going to be, they're doing a get display value there. So user, new business unit. Okay, what you want is they got the set display value as, yes, you want to do a set display value. That's all. Display value old BU. This is very similar to how imports work. When you import a spreadsheet, it doesn't have sys_IDs. It only knows what display values are out there. So check out line 13. I know he's doing this in the global scope because he's using gs.print. Easy fix. Just use set display value when setting the new BU. Oops, missed. Do it again. Let me explain here what's going on. All right, we'll run through this line by line, just make sure I've got it. User new business unit dot set display value old BUE. Ooh, hey, better spell this right or they're gonna go, they all came up empty. Chuck, what's wrong with you? Save that. All right. So what's happening here? Let's look at this script a little bit. What's going on is they're getting a user where the username is some username. Okay, I would collapse this down a little bit further. There's a shortcut way. You've seen me do it in just a minute ago with the get, where it takes a sys_id. I would say if user.get username and then test. That's a short way of doing these three. That line and this line, because they're also doing a while, which technically, if you're getting it by a specific username, you better only have one user with that username. So anyway, loop through users and copy the BU reference. This is probably a sample query, and they've got some wild card in there. I'll grant you that. Okay. All right, I'm off track. So they're getting the new business unit is a reference field. You really don't need to do that at this point, because you're not saving it. They're just displaying it and saying, all right, the new business unit is marketing. The old business unit is going to be the display value here. So in one case, they're getting the SysID. That's okay. I'm not going to mess with their debugging, but anyway, they've got the text for this. If the old business unit says marketing, this is the important part. This part, not important. This part, not important. Oops, let's get the right thing. I'm going to put this back, so it's going to be in the repo the right way. Fix that. Okay, copy the label name. It's the display value. If it says marketing here, it's going to go find the record in the new table that matches that. Now you better, this is an assumption, you have matching values for every old table record and new table record, matching display values. Of course, the societies aren't going to match. They're different records in the table. And then it displays out what that is. This part, not important, okay? A new BU isn't going to change. This variable that he set way up above isn't going to change. So, let's get rid of that again. Not important. So that debug statement, not important, not worried about it. This is really the important part. I'm not sure why I number of records have been updated. Fine, we'll do that. So put all this stuff back. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And save. That takes me to the end of the show. I am done. I thank you very much for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. It's been a lot of fun. Been a learning adventure. We all learned something new. Let me get back to the community screen, make my image larger there so I can smile and wave and bid you a fond farewell. I look forward to seeing you on Friday. So check back again. Remember, subscribe, get those notifications turned on, and you'll know when I'm around. Take care, everybody. Have fun. Bye.